a couple minutes early, and we'll see what we have here. And I gotta refresh this iPad so that I can double check, make sure everything's copacetic. We are going live. Just oh boy, and we are on time, and we've got good audio. We're on time, a couple minutes early, with good audio. So there's something to be said for all of that, folks. Something to be said for all of that, and there's also something to be said for 2 years with the stunner, and I am overexposed. I have got to adjust the exposure. Stand by for exposure adjustment. See what we got now. It's a little bit better. That is a little bit better. And so, yeah, 2 years, I've had this puppy on wrist the vast majority of the time for the last 2 years. And it is a stunner. Stunner alert. Could I get by with just this watch? Just this watch to end all. Yes, if I didn't need a dress watch. I absolutely could. I would not wear this as a dress watch. We've talked about this before, but if I dressed primarily casually or like I am right now with my sleeves rolled up, good to go, man. Good to go. And some people like wearing a big watch even for dress purposes, but it wouldn't be for me. But man, this thing is just a joy to look at. It's a joy to wear. I like the 22 mils spacing between the lugs. Makes it a little more aggressive looking on wrist. I like the 5-link bracelet. Gives it a little bit of extra bling. Let's get a close-up. And I think that it looks pretty good for 2 years of heavy use, folks. I think it looks pretty good for 2 years of heavy use. Let's catch up on the comments here real quick. Stig says, good evening, Craig and everybody. From a country where we are getting speed cameras, I have been told that in the USA you just shoot them out. We should. Speed cameras are a pain in the you-know-what. I've gotten a few little thingamajigs in the mail, and I don't really drive that fast, but I've gotten a few little things in the mail that, you know, $75 here and there. It's a pain. Let's see. And Lance is in the house. Hello, Craig and all. And Ken is in the house. Ken's got a wrench. And let's see. Denmark. And Carlos is in the house, and he might be calling in also. And Durr said we're live at 4:58 p.m. He called it. And Lance says hello to Carlos. Happy 2-year anniversary to the Silver Stunner. There you go. Durr in the house. Eduardo says, hey guys, day 2 of Wrench Gang life feels good. And Durr's in the house. We need to do an anniversary special in the chipmunk voice. I wish I could do that on demand, but unfortunately don't know how to do that. If the SBGA231 dial couldn't get any more blindingly white. Let's take a look. Stunner alert. And you know what? I like the texture. I think it makes it more readable to have the textured dial like that. To have the white dial nicely contrasting with the hands. And notice that black polishing. Notice how they look almost black because of the polishing. But in real life, when you're turning it and so on, you really see the gold. But I think it makes it more readable to have that like kind of parchment texture to the dial. I think it gives even more contrast between the shiny indices and the dial. And that's the other thing I like about this 231 is it's got, the dial is kind of a matte black, a flat black, if you will, which again makes the hands and the indices pop and makes it anti-reflective. So really, they really thought about engineering this thing for full function. I mean, see how readable that is even in the camera shot? They really went overboard to make this thing extremely functional, which I like that whole concept of doing that. Let's see here. David Williams says, hi, Craig and all. And Kyle says, hey, guys. And I think Kyle's going to be live from a remote location sometime, either later this week or next week sometime. Stay tuned for that. An exciting report from the field. Durr's in the house, and he says, hi, Dave. I'll give you a call after the show. Been super busy over the last few days. There you go. Those two are going to hook up. I just got a chime. Somebody sent me a message. Let me just make sure it's nothing, no house is on fire or anything like that. Oh, it looks like, oh, it's some scammer. Jeez. So much for do not call lists, right? Okay, let's see here. What else do we have here? You should sell the 005 and just keep the 231 and the 002. You can wear the 231 as an everyday sports watch. Lance, a very good point. The 005 is an ideal travel piece, all-around travel piece, if you will, but I really don't need it. If I just bring the 002 with me, and I have the 231 and the 002, I really don't need it. So yeah, if a subscriber made me a reasonable offer on the 005 and I thought it was going to a good home, I would certainly consider it. Yes, but subscriber only. Let's see. And let's say you could totally pull off that GS diver with a skinny suit and 3-day scruff, says Cheatown. Kyle's in the house. Craig, I sent you an email of a Lady Rolex to get your opinion. Okay, let's check the email. Check the email box. Dun, 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 dun. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at the watch. Ooh, man, I don't know if I should show this. This is super cool. Maybe I shouldn't show it. Maybe I should get it for Brianna. Well, I'll show it. Okay, there you go. That is cool. I didn't know they made something like that for ladies. Now, I'm assuming it has a screw-down crown. I'm assuming, does it? It is an oyster. I wonder what it'll ultimately go for. That is cool. Let's look at some more pictures here. And I don't mind the solid white gold markers on this one, and because it's got the full length hands, it doesn't have the stubby hands like the other Man's Explorer does with the solid. You know what I'm talking about, the T-Rex hands. So this has the full hands and has the 369. That is stunning. I like the brushing on the case. I like the oyster bracelet in this case, in this configuration with a smooth bezel. I really like it. I'm thinking of this as an ultimate sports all-arounder, and I like the micro adjustments. I'm liking this, and look, the condition looks pretty good. Now, it is possible that whoever buys this might get caught with a servicing charge at some point if it's never been serviced. I mean, that might be a thing. But it's looking interesting if it could be bought right. It's looking interesting. It's looking interesting on the channel. I would say $1,800 if you could get it for that kind of price range. It's coming from California. Very interesting. I wonder if you're in California and you buy it, if you'd have to pay tax. That would be an interesting thing to know. Yes, I like that piece. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, Durr says, no, Lance, the 005 is too cool to sell. Everyone needs a grab and go, and the 9F GMT is perfect for that. Durr in the house. Durr's making an intervention. Yeah, but Durr, what if Lance wanted it? I think we should let it go if Lance wanted it, you know, because he's a member of the wrench gang. So, yeah, I think if it stays in the family, if a wrench gang member gets it, that would be pretty cool. Let's see. Yes, it's a cool watch, but if he doesn't wear it that much, then there is no need to keep it in his collection. Correct, Lance? Because I really don't have a collection. I really have just watches I use. I just am a user. And some people say abuser. Somebody accused me of abusing my watches because I wear them all the time and I don't take them off and baby them. Somebody said that, like, when you work in the yard or something like that, or, you know, you're out in the woods or something, that you should take them off and wrap them in a piece of cloth and put them in your pocket or something. And, yeah, I said, I never do that. What the heck are you talking about? And they said, you're abusing those watches. Oh boy, I was called out. What do you guys think about that? Do you think Craig's abusing his watches by wearing them and not taking them off wrist? What do you think about that? Lance says, oh, we got that one. The gold stunner looks stunning today, Craig says. Durr. You mean your 118238? That gold stunner? Do tell, Durr. Do tell. Do send us a photo. I still say you should Skype in and show us that thing live. Show us that puppy live. You need a 1970s style skinny tie in your collection. I think I have one that's fairly skinny, but not super skinny like you're talking about. Yeah, I have one that's kind of on the skinny side. I don't mind them if they're a little bit on the skinny side, and I don't like them if they're really wide. I like them kind of just right, to tell you the truth. 3.5 inches width, I think, is good. I would say that he should sell the 231 and keep the 005 and the 002. The 005 is more versatile than the 231, and if he travels, he could just grab the 005. The only reason I wouldn't do that, Michael, is if the 005 was titanium and if it had micro adjustments, I would be right with you. But I really like having the micro adjustments, and I like the titanium. So that would be the only reason why I wouldn't use the 005 over the 231, is those two things. And also, this is more legible. I have to tell you, this is more legible for me than the 005 for my old eyes. So Lance, he likes it, and it's only a 3-piece collection. There's plenty of room for the 005, even if he only wears it once in a while. Craig isn't hard up, and there is no need to take a loss on it. There you go. Durr in the house. I say sell the 005 and buy more BTC. I think Bitcoin was over 9,000 earlier. Let's see what it's doing now. It's been, you know, flirting with 9,000 for a while, and it got over 9,000, and let's see what it's doing now. It might have another pullback. I think it's likely it'll have a pullback after the halving. I think it might go sideways and maybe even a little up into the halving. And then I think we might have a pullback. I think it's possible. However, you guys might have one more chance to get a decent buy on Bitcoin, but I think that'll be it. I think if we have one more pullback, that might be it. Let's see. Unless something really, really bad happens in the economy, even worse than is already happening. All Rolex have screw-down crown. Not true. Not true, Joey. I've had at least one Rolex, an older one, that didn't have a screw-down crown. So they don't all have screw-down crowns, but I think that one probably does. Let's see. Carla says, nice watch. Looks to be, matter of fact, I sold one that didn't have a screw-down crown. I sold it to Paul Faupel, the gentleman who bought my, it was a bubble back. The gentleman who bought my red sub, he still has it. The one that I had that didn't have a screw-down crown. Kyle's in the house. Looks to be the same clasp as my Air King. Let's see. David Williams, nice color dial. 24 millimeter is very small. if she's into it, definitely it's a nice looking watch, but only at the right price during the house. Well, she has a tiny wrist. We're talking about Leslie. She, from what I've heard, has a very tiny wrist, as does, of course, Bree. So for them, I think it would look good to have a nice small ladies Rolex on wrist. Cheetown Craig wears the diver so much that it will always be a grab and go since it is always wound. Exactly, and it's very efficient. It doesn't take that much wrist movement to keep this puppy. It's always pinned on full. Always pinned on full. So, yeah. Unlike my gold stunner, which I have to be sure to wind. I have to be sure to wind that puppy. And I've been doing it every day. I've been winding it every day. So, and with 72-hour power reserve, that's given me a good amount of wiggle room there. Let's see. That was a nice lady's watch. Miss Rat might be happy with one of those on her paw. Okay. eBay will charge Maryland tax in your case? Question mark. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know what they're doing these days. This is a moving target on taxation. Some things I buy, for example, on Amazon, I have to pay tax. Some things I buy even on eBay, I pay tax. But it varies. It's kind of bizarre. Craig just emailed you some pictures of a slick Omega DeVille in 18-karat yellow gold. All right, we'll take a look. I have paint on my Submariner as I type, LOL. They're supposed to be worn, says Jaden in the house. All right, let me check and see. Oh, by the way, here's what Bitcoin is doing. It's at 92.75, 92.75 as we speak. Okay. And with everything that's going on in the world, I am happy to have Bitcoin in my corner, just in case. Just in case. Wow, this is a good-looking one. I've seen similar ones to this. This is very nice. That absolutely, if somebody wanted something more affordable, you can buy those more affordably. I'm not sure what the case size is on that. Maybe you can let us know in the chat what the case size is. But assuming it's a decent case size, that is a super cool, beautiful case design. Very elegant. Very, very similar to the 002 that I have. That case is very, very similar. The crown is a little smaller. And I guess this is auto wind. I'm guessing. It looks like it's got a winder there. I'm not sure. But yeah. And I don't see what kind of clasp it has. It's hard to tell in these pictures. And it looks like it's an alligator strap. Very, very nice. Very nice. If somebody got that puppy as a dress watch, I would not object. I would not object to that one. No way would I object to that one. And I'm going to tag that in my show links section in my email here, because that is a goodie. That is a goodie. Now here's a lady's watch. Here's another picture that Kyle sent with a Seiko. And it looks okay. It looks okay. I'm not a fan of plated watches. I just never have been. I just don't think the plating holds up, and I've not been a fan. But that's me. Okay, let's see what else we've got here. Cheetown says, geez, this watch community is full of sensitive, insecure man babies. So what is that reference to? Give us some context, because we've covered a lot of ground here. Eric, yes, you should let me take care of them for you. Okay. Dur, you have a point. I have a Tissot for a grab and go. Yeah, I would sell that, Stig. I'd get rid of the Tissot. I'd grab and go with something a little higher end than that. You know, if you end up out in public and you're, wandering around and you just bump into somebody or whatever, you don't want to have a marginal watch on your wrist, at any time. I just don't think it's a good idea. Life is too short. What's that song, that country song that Don't Blink? Is that the name of it? The one where the guy, he's like a 100-year-old guy. The guy asks him for advice about life, and the guy's like 100 years old. And he basically tells him, don't blink because, you blink and like 6 years has gone by. You blink and another 20 years has gone by. And it's a really cool song. It is so freaking true. I mean, time goes like that. And every day that you're out there, out and about, doing deals, interacting with people and all that, and you're wearing like a marginal watch on your wrist, is just a lost opportunity to not do that. That's what I say. And also, every day that you're out there and you're poorly dressed, right? I don't care if you're casually dressed. Fine, if you're casually dressed, if you're wearing a pair of jeans, wear a pair of high-quality American-made jeans, right? And a nice belt with it, and a nice polo shirt or whatever. You can, even if you're dressed casual, you can dress nicely. I've got some jeans sitting right over there with a belt in them, ready to go, just like the fireman, right? I've always got my stuff ready to go. Matter of fact, I'll show you. That's what we do on this channel. Oh, boy. Okay. So these jeans, so they say American, and they say Perry Ellis on them. And these were made in the United States of America. And this is a crocodile belt. And this is saltwater crocodile, this belt. And this is a custom-made sheath that I had made for my Sebenza. Sebenza's not in this because it's in the other sheath on my other pants, my khakis. But if I wore these, I would take the Sebenza out, put the Sebenza in, I'm good to go, right? And it's got a little titanium hook here that I can use for whatever. And I just transfer whatever other EDC items I need to transfer into these, put them on, put on my black Lucchese alligator boots, crocodile boots, and I'm good to go, just like that, right? So, and then I'll show you another example. Oops-a-daisy. Even if I'm hiking in the mountains, these are 5.11 shorts. Okay, these are the nylon, 100% nylon ones that are very hard to get, and they're extremely well made, And this is just a nice belt with a solid brass buckle, nothing super special, but it's made in the United States of America. And then I've got some kind of a knife in here. Let's see what I've got in here. Oh yeah, I've got the Kershaw. This is called a Knockout. This is the Kershaw Knockout. Give you a close-up of that. And what I like about this piece is it's very trim. Very, very trim. I don't know if I can close it with one hand. Yeah, I guess I can. Very, very trim. See? And just lightweight, but nice blade on it. Very nice deployment assisted. I'm going to cut myself. I better do this with two hands. I could do it if it was in my left hand. But anyway, and I just have that right here ready to go, right? So again, these are ready to go. I just throw in my other EDC items and I go up for a nice hike on the mountain on a nice hot day. You know, it's good to have the nylon. So there you go. So that's what you do. You got everything set up, you got your gear organized, and you're ready to go, just like the fireman, right? Just like the fireman. Let's see. Could you explain the havening? Okay, we'll explain the havening again. We did it the other day, but we'll explain it again. Craig, when you got your day-date service, did you request Rolex not to polish it, or I didn't have it serviced, Eduardo. I never had it was never serviced. It was 20 years old when I sold it. It was running fine. I never had it serviced. I would not have a watch like that serviced unless I absolutely had to. And it was running fine, so there's no reason to. But yes, I would not have them polish it. I would never have a watch like that polished. Kyle's in the house. I sent you one more email. We got this watch for Leslie yesterday to try out an automatic. Okay, was that the one? Oh, that's another one. Okay. Oh, no, this is Lance. Lance and me. So we already showed the other one. Okay, so here, Lance, back away from the hooers. Back away. Not a bad looking watch, but no fly zone. No need to go there. No need to go there, young man. Okay, let's catch up here real quick. Craig, how often do you wear the 005? It's never on wrist during the streams. Do you not enjoy it? I used to wear it before I got the 002. I wore it anytime I wore a suit. I was wearing it. And I wore it on the live streams. Anytime I was wearing a shirt cuff, a buttoned shirt cuff, trust me, I had it on because I wouldn't have this on. It wouldn't fit underneath it. But now that I have the 002, no, I haven't worn it. I'm just wearing the 002 as a dress watch, and then I'm wearing this. So I have not worn the 005, and what's it been, a week or two since I got the 002? Something like that. So yeah, it's kind of the redheaded stepchild right now. The 002 is hogging the wrist time when it comes to dress purposes. eBay and Chrono24 has been charging sales tax. Okay. If it's a company on eBay, I contact their store directly and purchase through PayPal to avoid eBay sales tax. Screw eBay. There you go. And they probably do better because they don't have to pay the eBay commission too that way, very nice Omega. Yes. Stay safe, everybody. I'm off to drink a bottle of South African Merlot. Okay. That's a beautiful Omega, says what Omega is that? Ken says. I had my 1969 Rolex Oyster date. Whoever sent me the Omega photo, you can, Michael, maybe you can put the details in the chat so that they know what Omega that was. Let's see. I had my 1969 Rolex Oyster date Precision modified by my watchmaker to have a non-screw-down crown, as the Oyster date is a manual wind watch, and it is a pain to unscrew the crown to wind it each day. Oh my gosh, yes. I agree 100% with that. 40 millimeter hand wind. Leon, that was a mistake. Nice shirt. Craig, goes well with gold pen. This is a Kenneth Gordon shirt. It is one of my favorites. Very nice pattern to it. Very comfortable. Very full. And it's got a little bit of a purple tone to it. I don't know if you can tell that in the shot, but yeah, it's a goodie. I like Kenneth Gordon shirts, and Gitman. This is a Gitman Brothers, actually. Gitman Brothers owns Kenneth Gordon, so they're kind of the same nowadays, I guess. But I like both of those brands. Let's see. What about gold-filled watches? Yeah, I'd pass on all that, Lance. Solid 18 karat gold is the way to go, or steel, or titanium. I wouldn't go with anything else. Some 14 karat gold Rolexes are fine too. I'm referring to those guys freaking out about scratching their watch clasp and their investment getting nicked. I hear you. Nicked as in scratched, not stolen. Cheetown looking for a showdown. The mighty rat in the house. Let's see here. Lance, still garbage, solid gold or not at all. Anything plated or filled will wear away over time, exposing underlying metal, and you'll end up with an uneven two-tone ugly watch. I got you. And it won't look right. It just won't look right. The color just won't look right, even from Jump Street. T-Town, they won't show me down. They be too afraid I'd scratch their steel sports Rolexes. Let's see here. Sold my two-tone tag. I was afraid to wear it because of the gold plating coming off, Lance. Absolutely, yeah. Get rid of all those garbage watches, and let's get you something nice, Lance. You deserve something nice. Don't Blink by Kenny Chesney. Exactly, that's it, Lance. And it's so true, David. It's so true, Lance. That was smart. The two-tone tag you showed here. Yes, good man. 5.11, huh? They're just called 511. Craig. Okay, well they have a 5 and then there's a dot and then there's 1 1. That's what's on them. So anyway, there's that. But the ones that are 100% nylon are hard to get, but they're much better than the ones that are blends. Just so you know. And we are very particular here. Very particular. I had an email back and forth with Grand Seiko. With what's his name, Kirk, and I wrote him asking him about the straps on the stunner. Is that actually crocodile like they say on their website, or is it alligator, which I believe it to be alligator leather, right? He wrote me back saying, "Oh no, it's crocodile. We're sure, and we haven't used alligator on anything. It's always crocodile." So I wrote him back. I said, "Well, in Asia, a lot of times they call alligator leather crocodile. That's kind of what they do." And I said, there is a difference between alligator leather and crocodile leather. There's a fairly significant difference. And generally speaking, the alligator is the way to go. It's better for watch straps. Again, I say generally speaking because saltwater croc, that hide is very good also, but it's very hard to get these days. But in any event, I wrote him back. I said, can you double check? Because I've examined mine closely, and I'm pretty sure it's alligator. And so I haven't heard back from him, but it just shows you the attention to detail on this channel. There is attention to detail on all these little things. We're pretty funny about these kinds of things. So when I say you get the 100% nylon 511 shorts, that's what you should get. So, let's see, Craig. You do not look like a man that has the virus. You do not cough anymore. I do occasionally cough, so I might have it. I might have had it for a month or two. But I'm fighting it off, I'm fighting it off. So that's how it is. That's how it is here in the back country. We fight off viruses. Craig, what watch would you suggest wearing with a well-fitted pair of chinos and a polo shirt? Well, my gosh, I could wear the 002 with that. I could wear that gold stunner. I did it the other day. I was wearing that with a polo shirt. Absolutely, I could wear that. And of course, you can wear the 231. Of course, you can wear the 231. You could wear the 005 there. I mean, you can wear a Submariner. You could wear a Pepsi. You could wear almost anything with that kind of an outfit. But you say well-fitted pair of chinos. I don't know about that. Are you talking about the skinny chinos, the skinny pants that they're wearing these days? I don't think it matters what watch you wear with those because you're going to look like a goofball no matter what you wear. Wear a nice full pair of khakis, full cut, like a pair of the original Bill's khakis. Here, let me get a pair here. Oh, boy. Okay, so a nice pair of, these are the original, I think they're the Model 1 Bill's khakis. Very nice. Okay. Get yourself a pair of these. Get yourself a nice, this is a crocodile belt, and this is made of saltwater crocodile. Very hard to find anymore. But nice custom-made sheath with a Sabenza. And your nice EDC items, and yeah, you can wear a nice watch with khakis like that. Absolutely. Do it every day. Okay, let's see what else we got going on here. All right, getting things straightened out today. Oh, we're going to talk about the halving. We got to talk about the halving. I promised I would do that, but let me just catch up real quick here on the thing. Craig, are you rocking the old white man at the beach look? Black socks with sandals with those shorts? If I was at the beach, I typically wear Crocs. I do wear Crocs because I like when I come off of the beach, you know, they have the places where you can wash your feet and all that. You can rinse them out and rinse your feet off, rinse the sand off and all that. And you don't get a bunch of stuff in the car. And so I typically wear Crocs at the beach. And I know they look a little bit goofy, but they get the job done, and they're the perfect solution for the beach. Cheetown, a solid gold date 8. There you go. Excuse me. What brand were the nylon shorts, David? They're 511. Okay. 511. And I think it is 5.11, Durr. I think you might be wrong on that. But in any event, Google it. I'm sure you'll find them. And they are hard to find. You might have to buy them on eBay. Hopefully you can find new old stock or some in mint condition. But they are great. I have shorts, several pairs of the shorts, and several pairs of them long also the 100% nylon ones. Okay, the halving. Let's get into that real quick and it's not super complicated. The way Bitcoin works is there are what they call miners. It's basically computer rigs all around the world that are processing complicated mathematical things, hashes or whatever, equations, whatever you want to call it. And they're doing this work. It's called proof of work, basically. They're doing this work to solve these problems to then create a block on the blockchain, the Bitcoin blockchain. And that block on the blockchain has transactions in it, logged in it, that so-and-so sent Bitcoin to this other guy. Okay, so they're tracking who sent Bitcoin from this person to this person, right? And they're logging all those transactions, and there's a block created every 10 minutes. And the miner that creates that block, then the others all validate it and so on. And this is kind of a simplified way of explaining all this. But in any event, the block is created, and there's what's called a block reward. The miner gets X number of Bitcoin issued to him for doing that work. And right now, it's 12.5 Bitcoin every 10 minutes are issued to whoever wins that competition, if you will, amongst all these computers around the world. The one that wins gets that block reward, 12.5 Bitcoins. In about 6 days, every 4 years or so, they change and they cut in half the block reward. That's why it's called the halvening. And so they will go they started out at 50. The first halvening cut it down to 25 Bitcoin. Then the next one cut it down to 12.5. That was in 2012. Now we're going to have one that's going to cut it down to 6.25 Bitcoin. So the supply of Bitcoin, the amount that's issued every 10 minutes, is cut in half every 4 years. So basically, the way you can look at it is the new supply of Bitcoin coming into the market, that amount that's coming in is being cut in half. And so supply and demand, right? If demand stays the same and supply is cut down, then the pressure is for value to go up, right? All other things being equal. So that's what the halvening is, and that's why it's fairly significant, and it happens every 4 years. Okay? And traditionally, about a year or so after the halvening, there's a big run-up in price because it takes some time for the supply shock to go through the whole system and for the ramifications of the fact that there's less being created for that all to be realized, right? Because a lot of people don't even know it's happening, right? They don't keep up with any of this. They don't even know it's happening. So it takes a little while for that supply shock, if you will, to propagate through the whole system and for people to really become aware of it and say, oh, there's less Bitcoin to buy now. So the price is going to go up. So I better buy more. So then it creates that situation. So I hope that, and I do have on my website, CraigShipp.com, I have a page. Click on the More menu, click on Bitcoin. I have a section that tells all about Bitcoin. Very fascinating. It's the whole invention of Bitcoin was very fascinating. I think it's every bit as significant as the internet itself. And the internet is pretty significant. So, yeah. Let's see. Rolex and Grand Seiko Servicing. Don't do it. There you go. It's a tactical clothing brand. Good stuff, says Durr. I think Lance is pulling your leg at this point. I hope so. Lance, what did we tell you about not buying any more watches? You don't seem to be listening, Cheat Down. Think about getting the Yachtmaster with the blue face. What are the cons if I get it? Oh, that's a stunner, Derek. No cons at all. Some people don't like the polished center links, but I think it's a great trade-off. I think, yes, 2 thumbs up on the Yachtmaster. It's trim enough. It's about 11.7 mils thick, I believe. It's got the beautiful case design that's similar to the Daytona. It doesn't have that ugly super case. It's gorgeous. Yeah, go for it. I have nothing. If I was going to get a one watch solution and it had to be a sport watch, in other words, I wasn't going to use a date 8 for my one watch solution, my choice would be the Yachtmaster. No question about it. It would either be that or a Pepsi or a Batgirl, but it would be the Yachtmaster would be the first choice. Probably Yachtmaster, Pepsi, and Batgirl in that order. So Derek, yes, go for it. Derek, the con is that it's not a popular watch, but that's also a perk because you should be able to get it for a better deal that way. Absolutely. I mean, I certainly don't buy my watches to buy something that's popular. I buy the best is what I do. And if it's not popular, then that means that people need to get educated because it will become popular because eventually they'll realize that it is the best and that I was right and they were wrong all along. And a lot of people are starting to realize that. Have you noticed that, folks? Have you noticed that a lot of folks are coming around to the fact that Craig was right all along? Have you noticed that? Brianna said that the other day. She said that I was right. So there you go. And she's an expert. Lance, never take the cheap way out. Lance knows what Craig is going to say about those affordable watches, Eduardo. I like Hoover, but I would love to add a Monaco Caliber 11 to the collection, Steve McQueen style, the king of cool. He is the king of cool, and the movie The Getaway with Ali McGraw was awesome, but don't buy that watch. That's an ugly watch. I don't care if he wore it or not. Sometimes, they put ugly watches in movies, so don't go there. Please, back away from that one. You've got a 118238. Just wear that watch. My gosh, life is too short. Don't put some piece of garbage on your wrist when you've got a player watch. You've got the watch. I mean, full stop. Just wear that puppy. Sell the rest of them. That's what I would do. I'd sell the rest of them and buy Bitcoin and wear that 118238 because that's an all-arounder. And Hoover does have a great racing heritage. Yes, they are not as high-end as Rolex or GS, but they are still great quality and aren't too expensive. Yeah, I would pass on those. Pass on them. Just don't even think about it. Just get yourself a real watch. And ViaServe says, Lance, you're a young guy. Be patient. Save until you're 21 and buy a, off stunner. There you go. That's what I did. I just bought a date 8. And said, the heck with it. So, the con of a platinum bezel Yachtmaster is the bezel is expensive to refinish and scratches more than a fluted gold bezel. It's a stunner, though. Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about that scratch thing. That's overblown. It's exaggerated. It's just like this damn virus thing. They just totally exaggerate. don't worry about it. It's not an issue. Just buy the watch, wear it, and enjoy it. It's going to be great. You will not have to have it refinished. Just wear the puppy. Thanks for the feedback, says Derek. 511 makes a great pair of boots called ATAC8, which are super light, have a side zipper, and have a pocket on the side for a boot knife. I've owned 3 pairs, very comfortable there. Work boots. There you go. Durr in the house, bringing it. Why is alligator better than crocodile? I didn't catch that story. Generally speaking, it is more pliable. It has less likelihood of cracking between the scales. And there are some other attributes to it. If you Google it, you'll find a number of write-ups. If you Google alligator versus crocodile leather, you'll find some write-ups about it that go into excruciating detail about it. But generally speaking, alligator hides, a high-quality alligator hide is going to be more expensive than a high-quality crocodile hide. And caiman is the least expensive. Caiman hide is even less expensive than croc. So now some of the croc hides, like I say, a saltwater croc hide is equal to, and some people might even say better than alligator, but they're hard to come by, and for the most part, most crocodile hides are lesser quality than alligator. So yeah, and it is fascinating to research it. It's very, very interesting. Let's see. When you have the official answer about the strap, it deserves a part 4. There you go. Craig, what's worse, a gold-plated... I don't know if they'll even check on it, Carlos. I don't know if they'll even check on that. I hope he does. Hope he follows up on it, but I wouldn't be surprised if I don't even hear back from them on it. Craig, what's worse, a gold-plated, you know what, or a nylon/wool blend suit made in a third world country? I think that, yeah, that would be a big problem. By the way, I think Carlos is supposed to call in and show us something today, so stand by for that. Polos and normal fit chinos are my outfits of choice. I stay away from t-shirts and jeans. Yeah, a high quality pair of jeans with a nice pair of cowboy boots, and you're going to like a rodeo or something like that. I don't usually wear jeans unless I'm going to the rodeo or something like that, going to the farm, something like that, right? That's when I would wear jeans, and I'd wear like some nice boots, nice Lucchese boots, and maybe a nice Stetson hat, something like that, or a Resistol hat, and yeah, that would be the situation where I would wear that. Let's see, a little teaser, maybe for tomorrow's live stream. The Rolex Oyster Perpetual date coming in the mail tomorrow has never been serviced in 28.5 years. Cool. Well, now tomorrow is Steve's stream. I don't think I'm doing a stream tomorrow because Steve has a show scheduled for 5 o'clock tomorrow. So I'll be taking the day off probably, but I'll have a show the next day. So just keep that in mind. Steve is live tomorrow, and please show some support and enjoy the show. It should be an interesting one. I think he's going to have the shrink on. Is Craig sticking it? Is Craig sticking it to that chick? What chick are we talking about? And a gentleman would never tell in any event. I hope he would be worthy of respectos, Ron the Shrink. Behave yourself, Ron. Bree is a professional and an up-and-coming YouTuber. Oh, you're talking about Brianna. Oh, she's lovely. Absolutely. Eduardo, did you get the Oyster Perpetual date for the wife? He met her at a state fair or some such place, Ron. It was the county fair here in Frederick County. Let's see here. Don't poo-poo on Tissot. It's a decent watch. There's nothing wrong with wearing that. Don't worry about Boogie remarks. No, Joey, no. Get rid of all those watches and just get yourself a real watch. Joey, come on. You've got decent watches to wear. Why would you wear something like that? Don't be ridiculous. Life is too short. Come on. Wear a real watch. Ron the Shrink, 34 mil is totally fine unless you're a walrus. There you go. Let's see. I'm 20 years old. Haha. No, I bought it because the seller was selling it for 1.5K under market price, and it was essentially a safe queen. Okay, there you go. Good move. The men who defeated Nazi Germany wore 34 millimeters. There you go. 34 millimeters, girl size, says Durr. I think it depends on the watch and the size of the man's wrist, but I would rather have a 36 mil for me. I think that's ideal for an all-arounder, like a 36 mil Datejust. My gosh, that's perfect. You can't beat it. I think we're going to look back at 44 mil watches as really tacky and awful. I think unless they're a heavy-use dress watch like this one here, you're exactly correct. There's no reason to have huge watches unless they're specifically designed as a heavy-use tool watch like this one with great visibility and so on, that's designed to be down in murky water and you can still read the time and so on. I mean, yeah, I agree 100%. Shouldn't make them huge just to make them huge. We're already seeing that happen, Ron. The oversized Panerai phase is deader than Elvis. May sell it if I can't get a decent return on my money, Eduardo. Okay. A lot. If I can't get a decent return on my money, I may sell it if I can't get a decent. Do you mean if you can get a decent return? Sell it, in other words, for a profit. Hope that's what you're saying. Jaden's in the house. A lot of people could pull off a 34 mil and still look good. Eduardo, Mother's Day is coming up. Sounds like a good present. There you go. We're getting fatter and fatter. 46 millimeter makes sense for dudes with 8-inch plus wrists. Well, hopefully this virus will force people to rethink all that and people will start getting in shape again. Hopefully that's what will come out of this whole thing. That would be a good thing. And meantime, the virus is wiping out a lot of obese people. So you know, it's doing its thing. Oh, boy. Survival of the fittest, folks. It goes back thousands of years. That's how this whole thing works. You're right. A lot of 120-pound females. I'm not wearing an oversized watch because a bunch of people couldn't lay off the potato chips. Okay. Is Craig going to appear on AC3 stream again? Ron the Shrink. I doubt it. Too many nasty people hanging around there. Let's see. Comes off like a jerk, but he's just being honest, and that's a good thing. Okay. Cheetown agreed. We don't see that happening for the foreseeable future, Ron. Anytime Craig appears, the punters pay to kick him off. Buserv. Buserv, you have a point. I just saw a photo of President Kennedy on his yacht wearing a tank 34 millimeter. It almost wasn't visible on his wrist. Have times not changed? I guess you mean changed. What color is the... Yeah, I mean, back in the day, you didn't want a watch to be too obtrusive, right? You wanted to be able to look at it and read the time, but you didn't want the watch to be like, bam, you know, in everybody's face, right? I remember when Rolex, you know, when we used to buy like a GMT or a sub or something, you bought those because you wanted it to be a little bit in the people's face, right? And then, of course, a date 8 speaks for itself, right? But the most watches were the opposite of that, where people were trying to be understated. They were trying to have a watch on their wrist and not have it like scream at people. Rolex was kind of like the way that you got a watch that did kind of scream at people, if that makes any sense. So, yeah. Let's see. Rolex dates are fantastic. Just enjoy it. You blockhead. Okay. A rodeo. Yeah, you go. Craig, when are you going to grow a quarantine mustache? All the cool people are doing it. Yeah, I saw Pomp, Anthony Pompilano, or whatever the hell his name is. He's Pomp on Twitter. And he's like got this nasty, like, I don't know, week-old beard and stuff, and he was doing a live stream or something, real poor lighting. I mean, he just looked terrible. And I'm like, Pomp, I said, "Hey, did you have a fight with your razor or something? What's going on here?" I mean, just because you're like at home most of the time or whatever, I mean, is it really a reason to look like a bum? I mean, I don't get it. I don't get that whole concept. So no, I don't think I'll be doing the bum look anytime soon. Plus, I don't feel comfortable when I don't shave. I feel more comfortable when I'm clean shaven. I am half slept in the hammock. Let's do it another day. Yeah, absolutely, we can do that. Cheetown says, Mother's Day, hey, I finally caught a live one. Says Engineer Wannabe. Greetings from Canada. Okay, cool. Check out this watch, Chrono 24. BuServe gave a link. If you want me to pull it up, you got to send it to me. You got to email me the link so I can pull it up on the computer because I can't do it from here. And Lance sent a picture of an Air King. An Air King. Nice piece, but I think they're a little bit on the thick side because they got that Faraday cage, I think, just like the... I think they've got the Faraday cage like the Milgauss. So, yeah, that would not be... There'd be no reason to do that. Let's see. Very cool. Okay, 7K seems like a steel one. I can only see them going up. The 231 looks amazing. I haven't seen one in person yet. Kyle Jett. Yeah, they are kind of rare birds. Hopefully when they reopen the boutique down there, hopefully they'll have one. And yeah, they are amazing in person. Yeah, man, that's incredible. It's the same price as my stupid IWC Big Pilot. Ron the Shrink, BuServe, wouldn't touch that without looking at the movement and making sure it could be serviced, though, okay? Sin has released a 40 millimeter, 11 millimeter thick, 500 meter water-resistant diver. Trend is smaller. Well, that's good. A nice trim diver on wrist, absolutely. But you don't need 500 meter water resistant. They could have just done 300 meters and they'd have been fine. I don't get these super high, super deep dive ratings. I mean, it's just ridiculous. It's like these cameras, you know, the more megapixels they can say they have. They're all these megapixels and it's supposed to be great. And, you know, my A7S Mark II only has 12 megapixels, but it has a huge full frame sensor. So the pictures are fantastic. I don't want more megapixels jammed on there. And I don't want a deeper dive rating because usually that results in a thicker watch. But this one's nice and thin, even with that dive rating. That's pretty cool. That being said, I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't buy a Sen. So, yeah, there's that. Question, is the Omega Seamaster 300M a good one watch, or should I stick to the SBGA211? The Seamaster 300 meter, in my opinion, has gotten a little bit too big for an all-arounder. The original Bond watch, you know, was fairly trim and was 40 mils. I think it was 40. Wasn't the original one 40? Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was 41 or 42, but it was trim, right, because it was quartz. And that could be kind of forced into an all-arounder situation. But no, the current 300Ms, I don't know. They might be a little bit big. And now the SBGA 211, you know, I mean, if you want a big watch, it's the same size as this watch, right? It's just in steel. But I wouldn't call that an all-arounder. It's a straight-up sport watch. The Omega SMP 300 blows away any GS sports watch, dude. Ron the Shrink. Nothing, no sport watch, full stop, comes close to the 231. This trumps a Rolex. This trumps any Omega. It's not even a close call. So they don't even have anything that's even in the ballpark with a 231. I mean, just starting from the movement, going right on forward. It's just not even a close call. This titanium alloy is amazing. The shape of the case, the shape of the lugs, the finishing, they can't touch it. Can't touch it. So that's how that works. Are there any good beard oils anyone here recommends? Is this the Tudor Owners Anonymous? Yeah. Yeah, Tudors. What a problem there. Jay's in the house. I didn't get either yet, but I'm just looking for a good one watch for life. Okay, so if you want an all-arounder, you might want to get something like a date just, like a 36 mil date just, or like we talked about earlier, the Yachtmaster is fantastic, nice and trim, nice case design. You know, the 005 Stunner, if you want something more affordable, that watch there on the right, around $3,000, the 005 Stunner, and that's got the robust 9F movement. That could certainly be an all-arounder. So a lot of options out there. A lot of options for an all-around one-watch solution. Let's see. Buserv, are you posting on AC3 streams under a new name? No, I tried, but then my zombie account got banned too. Haven't been watching, Buserv. Craig, what sucks worse, Archie's watch collection, Tudor, or the economy during Obama's presidency? That's a good question. I was doing okay during Obama's presidency, so I didn't have any real problems. I'll navigate any economy. There's always ways to make money. Let's see. And Archie has a couple of decent watches. I think he's got a gold Patek, a yellow gold Patek. That's a good move. I'd get rid of all the white gold stuff. But he might have a good watch or two in his collection. Let's see. Lance, Stifle, I actually like the Air King a lot. I tried one on once at a Rolex Boutique and really liked it. I would still prefer a Datejust 36 though. Yeah, it's too thick. It's too thick. You don't need to go there. iPhones and Pixels have less megapixels on their cameras than Samsungs, yet they take just as good, if not better, picture. Yeah, you want less megapixels because you want those receptors to be bigger. If you jam more of them on that wafer, you know, on the sensor, then they have to be smaller, right? That's physics. So you want them to be bigger pixels, not more. So there you go. Air Kings look just goofy in real life as they do in pictures. Ron the Shrink, I got into watches when I was really broke, still am. I could point this Lance kid in the right direction. Yeah. Well, if you're broke, Ron, you might want to get out there and get to work and get some cash. That's what I would recommend on that. That's what solves that problem. Best place to go when you're broke is to work. Thoughts on the new iPhone SE? I would buy the top of the line iPhone, but if you want a smaller phone, I guess that's the reason to buy that. If you want a smaller phone, yeah, go for it. But I've got the iPhone 10 and I love it. I'm going to keep using it. Ron says, Lance, what's your budget and what do you have already? There you go. Maybe you guys can hook up and go through all that. Lance, you could pick better watches blindfolded in a junkyard pile of you-know-what. Ron says, I'm a cardinal and guru, and I offer advice for free, Lance. You're a lucky young man. Hey, Lance, don't take advice from broke people. Just giving you a heads up there. You might not want to take advice from broke people. So there you go. Lance is only 17. He should save. Delayed gratification is a bitch, but worth it. There you go. Kyle says, Craig, can we call in from the sunglass shop here in Venice? When? You want to call in now before we wrap? We're getting ready to wrap pretty soon, but if you can call in, yeah, you can call in. If you're talking about now, go for it. I've got Skype up. Should be functional as far as I can tell. Yeah, should be functional. Okay. Ron the Shrink, I just sold my Breitling and tag 1500. Now I have a tag. Okay, brother, he's listing what he has. Okay, yeah, go ahead and sell all those, and let's get you something real. Kyle's in the house. I like my old 1988 Air King better. Oh, you have an Air King? I didn't know that. I like my old 1988 Air King better than the new ones personally. I agree with that. And Ron's in the house. What's your budget, dude? Okay. Lance, wow, I would have kept that Breitling. That was your best watch, man. No, we got him. He's going to sell everything. He's going to get rid of all those junkers and get something decent, Come on, stay with the program here. Let's see. They also have oil. We're talking about oils. Jeez. I decided to follow Craig's advice. Okay, good. Good move. The shrink, I wouldn't ever spend more than $5,000 on a watch at Ron the Shrink. Oh, so Lance, you're not going to spend more than $5,000. Okay, that's fine. There's some nice, very nice watches under $5,000. I agree. Lance, you sold your best piece. That sucks. Hope you didn't take too hard a loss. That's a real bummer. No, he didn't take a loss. He sold it right. Lance, a date 8 is more than 5. I don't think he's buying a date 8. He will replace it with a better watch. Lance, I'm only 20, but trust me, I suggest you save for the one watch you really want. That's what I'm doing. Jay in the house. Absolutely. Buy right. Measure 7 times and buy once. Lance, get one compromise watch and then save for later. Sell all that crap and get a single modern Tudor. No! No. No, never buy a Tudor. Oh my God, people. Am I pounding my head against the wall here, people? What are you talking about, a Tudor? Oh, geez, back up. I agree with Lance. Should have kept the Breitling to hold him over until he could upgrade. No. Get rid of all that stuff and start piling up cash. Kyle's in the house. We are a few minutes from the shop. Okay, good. A North flag as your single stepping stone watch would be a great move. Yeah, Lance, don't take advice from Ron, okay? He's already said he's broke, okay? So don't take advice from broke people. Eduardo, I want a date just, not a date 8. There you go. That's a good move. Lance, don't say you would never spend more than $5,000 on a watch. Don't think small. Well, no, he can get a nice watch for under $5,000. Come on, let's be reasonable here. Lance, you can also check out vintage Tudor days on... No. Come on, Ron. I like you, Ron. You can't be that stupid. Come on. Are you trolling? This is a troll-free zone here, Ron. Come on. Carlos says, be prepared, Ron. Lance kept his tag SKX and Movado, then sold his Breitling. He should have kept the Breitling and sold the rest of the garbage. He screwed the booch big time. He can sell the rest of them too, He can sell the rest of them too and get something decent. Come on, get with the program here. And if you have any of those crap watches, you should sell them too, because you got a date 8, for gosh sakes. Just wear the damn date 8 and get rid of the other junk. Man, people. I don't know. Is there something in the water, folks, where you're not getting this? Look. See the stunner there on the left? See that stunner? 18 karat gold stunner. And then a GMT all around her. And then the best dive watch ever made on wrist. See, you see what we're doing here? We get the best. We don't compromise. We get the best. Okay? So that's how we do this. I wouldn't take you that long to save up for a Datejust 36. You just got to be very frugal. And also be picky. Get the right Datejust 36. It's nice to have a single decent watch while you save for a better one. That's correct. That's why he's getting rid of all those junkers and he's going to get the Datejust. Man, get with the program, Ron. Leon, I like the late 1990s to early 2000 Air King because of the looks. I have a 2000 Air King that was given to a Domino's Pizza employee for high sales. It has Domino's Pizza logo on the dial. Cool. Ron the Shank. Hey, Craig, I have an MD, and early in my career, I'm speaking in relative terms. But you said you were broke. Okay? Okay, let's answer this call here.
Okay.
Okay, let's hold on a second here. Let me get you full screen, and then I can cut. All right.
We gotta introduce you
And
too.
let me get the
This is
headphone
Craig.
here.
Yeah.
All right, we got
Okay.
some cool.
Can you see us?
I got you. I got you. We got some cool sunglasses going on. I can see that.
Yeah. So we're here. This is Reza. He's the owner of the store.
Excellent.
Hi, how are you?
Excellent. Hello. Hello. Beautiful store.
Thank you. I see you wear glasses also.
Yeah, these are my little reading glasses, but I tell you, I love the place there.
Thank you. Thank you.
Really nice.
Yeah. We'll do a bit of
What?
a tour here, just to
Yeah.
to
What
look
are they?
around.
Show us the top sellers. Show us what the hip people are buying these days.
Yeah, we'll show you that, and then I'm just gonna switch
Well,
this so you can
the
see.
store is not open. This is like right now we're closed. But,
Okay.
the doors are open and it's a lot
Okay.
more going on.
This is a
Let me pop the light on.
yeah
on
display
this.
of the Varnays here.
Yeah, I like those. Yeah. Oh,
There we
cool.
go.
Yeah.
There,
Cool.
let there be some light.
Yeah.
Cool. Very cool.
So
Now-
these are one of the best lenses in the world. 59 Abbey, all crystal lens. It's one of the best lenses in the world.
Very, very nice.
From France since the 60s, 1960s.
Yeah, very, very nice. I love it. Yeah.
These are the glaciers. These were sold out in the mountains for 2 years straight when they came out again with them because they're vintage.
Now,
Which ones did Bond wear those ones?
The Bond is wearing the brown one right there. I can actually pop it out, and that's
nice.
in his new movie, and that's what he's wearing as he's skiing.
Now, now, do you have any of those that would be the right size for Leslie?
Oh yeah, Leslie's tried some on, I think, haven't you? Which ones have you tried on here?
This is
those
the
are them.
Bond.
Nice.
That's the Bond one.
Yes, James Bond.
Now, would that be too big for Leslie?
Probably.
Okay.
No, actually,
Maybe not. Let's
I
see.
don't think so.
Yeah,
Let's see what they would look like on her.
Oh, it looks nice.
Oh, those aren't bad.
How do they feel? Do they feel too loose or do they feel okay?
No, you feel good.
Well, there you go. I think
Leslie was eyeing some of the Oliver Peoples. There's also what we wanted to focus on too here was the brand that Brett purchased the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Okay.
they're designed here in Los Angeles, but they're manufactured in Japan.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And those are the really cool looking ones he had on the other day?
Correct. Yeah. These are them.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
Yeah.
Oh, super cool. So which one did Leslie really like?
Well, I think she's still trying to zero in on what she's getting.
She's not sure yet. Okay.
She's not 100% sure.
Which ones are you?
yet.
Which ones are you looking at, Kyle?
Oh, I've purchased several pairs here.
Okay.
I own. I think I bought maybe 5 or 6 pairs of Varnays here from Reza.
Okay.
Oh, those
okay.
are pretty good.
Oh
love
yeah.
the color.
Oh, I like
It's
that.
like-
Oh yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah.
That's fun.
I like
And
it.
then-
I like the side. I like the
Yeah.
side.
And then Leslie's got that new Seiko 5 on wrist here that she
Yeah.
purchased from Reza yesterday in the store here.
Oh, I like it. Oh,
Yes.
that's got the gold
Here's-
on the side of those glasses that picks up off of the watch.
Here's some watches that he has here.
Oh, cool.
Small
I love
selection
it.
of watches, but
Now, how-
most of it is eyewear. As
How
you can
far
see
is
here.
this place? How far is this place from where you stay?
It's about 3 minutes walking.
Oh, wow,
2
that's
minutes.
super cool.
Yeah, it's right here on the boardwalk. So
Now, does he also
We-
carry Ray-Ban?
yeah, he has a huge Ray-Ban section right here.
Now, I have a
behind
question. I have a question about Ray-Ban.
All Ray-Bans here.
I wore them years ago. Can you ask him if the Ray-Bans from like 40 years ago, if they're the same quality as they are now, or
So there is the quality on the Ray-Bans were made in Rochester, New York, handmade, and they did all the work there, and they were 99% glass lens.
this was like
Then-
40 years ago, right?
40 years ago or beyond,
Okay.
or coming back. Then Luxottica purchased Ray-Ban,
Mhm.
and they do $4 billion of sales. They're 60% of their business.
Mhm.
So they have a manufacturing in Italy, which it was Del Vecchio's original factory, which is like a shoe horse. And he used to actually live in the center, has a house in the center. Now he doesn't live there anymore, but that major factory only does Ray-Ban in Italy. And then they have a factory in China, very high-end, very high-tech, and they do all the combination styles, like the ones that are acetate and metal. So the story, like on the Clubmaster, in 1985, it was $169. Today is $159 because of that.
Okay.
And they've done a nice job. Quality is excellent for the money. But when you get an older frame and you get a newer frame, the older one, like on a wafer handmade, could be a little bit better on the older ones that were made in U.S.
Okay.
I would say that. Made in Italy, handmade, they're still very nice.
Okay.
They're acetate.
So that's good to know. That's good to know that they're still pretty good quality.
Absolutely. You get a lot of bang for the buck. That's why I personally have 8,000 Ray-Bans in stock. It's not all here. When I sell one of these, I have 6 more in the back.
Wow. Oh, fantastic. Man, this is great information. Now, do you also ship glasses to people that are out of the area?
Yes, actually, if you come back here, sorry about those things around, because we're just doing...
And they do prescription lenses as well, so it's all...
We got the lab, eye exam. This is all going out online, sales, and shipping out from here. Yes.
Okay.
You can buy anything anywhere in the world. Look up on...
I might
website,
have to.
CraigShipp.com.
I might have to do some business with you because I'm going to be getting some glasses pretty soon.
We're going to take care of you, and I'm going to give you a special treatment and special price.
Oh, good, good. Yeah, I'll have to get in touch. And Kyle, make sure that you email me his website link and all, and I'll put it in the link with this video.
I will.
I'll put it in the description of the video.
The front.
Yeah, hold that there. Good.
And then, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Hold that nice and steady so people can see it. Good. Perfect. There you go, folks. You get some really cool, great service, and he won't sell you any junk because, that's the thing about this channel is we feature quality, and this is
quality items, no junk in here. So
this is what I'm talking about.
So
did Leslie find something else there? What's she looking at now?
Oh, wait, we should also check what Reza has on wrist.
Okay. Oh, absolutely. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. Cool.
Yeah, Reza owns several Rolexes.
Yeah, that can be an all-arounder. That Omega can be an all-arounder right there. Absolutely.
Yes.
All right.
Definitely.
All right. Well, hey, super. A report live from Venice Beach, from the optical store there. First
just doing another circle around here. We got Maui Jim's case here.
The whole wall.
The whole wall.
And also, when you go out, I want to see what it looks like from the outside, too.
From the outside, it's
locked
unfortunately the front door is locked, so we have to go out the back.
Oh, okay. All right. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it then.
Yeah, harder to see it from the front, but here's the Oakley case.
Yeah, we'll do that another time. Now, how soon do you think he's going to be able to open for regular walk-in business? How soon?
Well, hopefully on the 15th we can open, but that all depends on the mayor and see what he says.
Okay.
Right.
Perfect.
Last look at some unique stuff here.
Excellent.
From the Chromebooks.
Yep, I think we're going to do some business. I got to go and get my eyes checked again, get my prescription updated.
Nice,
and then I think I'm going to have him do some nice prescription glasses.
Oh yeah, lots of great options here.
I'm wearing a Jacques Marimar
at Good C, and he's wearing the same brand.
Okay. Well, if he's wearing them, they're the way to go, right?
Absolutely. Alrighty.
I love it. Live report from the field. Keep them coming, Kyle. Keep them coming. When are you going to be in Santa Barbara for that report?
I think we're going to Santa Barbara tomorrow, so we'll see about when the report's going to happen. Steve's on tomorrow, so
okay.
2 days from now or so. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, what are you going to be there for a couple days?
Yeah, we're going to spend a couple days there.
Oh, okay. So maybe Friday. Friday show?
Friday, most likely that should work. I don't see why not.
Just let me know. Just let me know. Email me or
Yeah,
something.
Friday or potentially Saturday.
Okay, just email me which would be best for you, and
Maybe
then I'll.
Saturday. Actually, now that I think about it, Saturday is going to be better because we'll be unloading the kiln that day, so we'll get to see the pottery as it comes out of the kiln.
See if you can shoot a photo to send to me for the thumbnail. For the video, you know, when you get there, just shoot something interesting, and just send it to me and let me know, and then we'll just confirm, and then I'll set it
Will
up.
do.
I love the Grand Seiko hat too.
Oh yeah,
that's
always.
cool. That's cool.
Option.
All right.
Guys.
Well, thank you very much, and you all enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you. Thank you. And don't forget to send me the link so I can put that in also in the video description. Thanks, Kyle.
Yep.
There you go.
See you guys.
Live from Venice. Just like that, folks. Wow. That's amazing. That's a gorgeous place. Fantastic place. Let's see here. Ron, I hate to break it to you. This is an anti-tutor channel. I wouldn't call it anti-tutor. It's just that there's no reason to consider a tutor. There's a lot of watches that we don't consider. I mean, because we want to go upscale on this channel. We want to go upscale. That's where we're headed with this channel. We're not headed the other direction. We're headed upscale. Come on, people. Most GSs are under 3K used. Yeah, you can get some nice Grand Seikos for under 3K used. Absolutely, you can. Let's see. Craig, as always, speaks words of wisdom. Who needs a 300-meter diver watch besides those desk divers? My Submariner is all I need. There you go. Ron is just Ron. Ron is just Ron. Definitely not a troll. Okay, good. Tutor is about as cool as Joe Biden creeping on little kids. There you go. You know, and can you imagine he might actually be elected the next president? Can you imagine? Jeez. The Democrats couldn't come up with anybody any better than him? That's really, really pretty bizarre. Let's see. Do you need a Snickers? You're not you when you're hungry. Okay, you're not you when you're hungry. Ron, you're a doctor. You need a Rolex. If you got to get a tutor, get the Ranger. Yeah, no, pass on that. I have a 7-inch wrist. I don't like big nor small watches. I like watches between 38.5 and 42 mil. What are your suggestions? I'm sorry I keep asking these questions about my one watch advice. Jay, hey, that one on the right, those are both actually 38.5 mil watches. 38.5 mil watches. The one on the right, the 9F movement GMT, is very affordable. It's got crown guards. It's got a screw down crown. It's super accurate. It's not going to need servicing for 50 plus years. I mean, there's a lot to be said for that watch, and you can buy it for around $3,000. It sits nice and flat on the wrist. It's only 12 mils thick. So that's what I would think about. I would think about something like that. So there you go. Best dive watch is Omega Plow Proof, whatever that is. Eduardo, I speak the gospel of common sense. Okay. I'll be a follower. Okay. Thoughts on Omega? Okay. Yeah, I don't think we need to. I don't think we need to go with Omega at this point. I think we can go with either Rolex or Grand Seiko. I think is the way I would recommend going. One of those two. Why does it have a AA battery sticked into it? I don't know what that's all about. Maybe we should have a show just on what is the best watch for Lance. I think we've talked about that. Kyle in the house. The only watches I'm keeping are my Aqua Racer, my 18 karat gold. Yeah, the 18 karat gold Movado was cool. If that's the dress watch we saw. Ron, let's see. Ron the Shrink. Okay, big sunglasses store in Venice. Come on, Lance. Ron was just giving his opinion. Lance laid the hammer down. I need to censor someone who's not in the Grand Seiko tutor hating cult. Proud of you, Lance. Listen to Craig's advice. There you go. Bring the heat, Ron. Ron made an inappropriate comment. Ron was trying to help you. Lance, but the message was hidden. It's important to give fair warning. Banning someone is last resort. Did Lance Lance hit him with a wrench? Oh well. I don't see any masks or social distancing out. We report this to Mayor Garcetti and Governor Newsom. Does Leslie have a sister? I'm in the market for a good girl. Durr in the house. I guess you are. Yeah, she's a cutie too. I bet her sister's gorgeous. What about Rachel? Yeah, you've got a wandering eye, Durr. What about that? Lewis, Lance didn't ban anyone, only 300-second timeout. Lance is having wrenching lessons. We have a wrench apprentice. Use service, the more the merrier. Okay. The sunglasses dude wearing the shitter on the wrong wrist is wearing a cool flat cap, at least. Durr in the house. Durr is a man of culture. You can't make this stuff up. I had one of those Clubmaster a long time ago. Okay. Trying to catch up so I can wrap this puppy up. Ron the Shrink. Craig, I'm sure you have Ray-Ban dealers locally you serve. Yeah, but he's a cool guy. I might do some business with him. Let's see. I got a bunch of pairs of Ray-Bans, though. I got the oldies but goodies. I got the ones made in the USA. I got a bunch of them. Maybe I just need to get some lenses put in them. I don't know how all that works, but we'll figure it all out. Durr's in the house. We are all old enough to know what's appropriate and what's not. A 300-second timeout is fair warning. Design matters. Rolex sub has some proportional characteristics which makes it superior. The dial of the GS diver is probably too big. Did you mean too, T-O-O, too big? And aspect design, Tudor products. Yeah, the sub with the super case is ugly. The case is ugly. So, yeah, that's not the way to go. The older subs with the decent case, maybe, but not the current one. The super case is ugly. We'd pass on that. Ron the Shrink is very willful boy, if you don't mind me saying. Ron, we try to hold a higher standard on this channel and speak politely. Consider this your warning and enjoy the community. Lewis in the house, giving him a warning. I don't know if you're a guru, Ron. Let's see here. Ron the Shrink, you're welcome to join in the conversation that we have on this channel, but your comments have to be appropriate. Of course. Otherwise, we'll just block him from the channel. We don't need... See, this is why we don't have as many live viewers as some of the other streams, because we block the trolls. We don't welcome trolls. We block them. And so I'd rather have less viewers and have quality than have a whole bunch of trolls in here. We do not tolerate trolls on this channel. Let's see. Tim Musso is horological Jesus. I think we should give Ron wrench immunity. Ron, if you're a guru, do you have any female acolytes? Okay. I also nominate Ron for a wrench. Uh-oh. Wow. That's interesting. He's a troll and we're going to give him a wrench? Kevin's in the house. Kyle is doing good work. Absolutely. Let's see. Thanks, fellas. Carlos, we serve, have excellent judgment. Let's see. 36 to 40 millimeters, my ideal watch size range. Durr in the house. Craig, would you rather eat chips in the basement or wear a Tudor? I know both are about as equally embarrassing. I really am concerned with taking care of my health, so I think I'd have to wear the Tudor over the chips. That really is scary, though. Watches look cool on leather coasters. Those coasters came from Colonel Littleton. He sends you a leather coaster whenever you buy something from him. He sends you a leather coaster. Colonel Littleton. I like his leather goods. Melt that Movado down and make a gold toothpick out of it, Lance. I don't mind the Tudor, Pelagos, Black Bay, California. Okay. And Brianna, the lovely Brianna, who was mentioned earlier, Bree Fit Dance is her channel, BreeFitDance.com. She says the Bitcoin halving is in 5 days, folks. 5 days is is this Prefit Dance the hot chick? Yes, she's hot. I would say she's pretty much smoking hot. Let's pull up her website, the lovely Brianna, and you can be a Patreon. You can help support the lovely Brianna. I'm trying to get her page to load here, and if it loads, I'll show you. Here we go. The lovely Brianna, and it is prefitdance.com, and if you scroll down the page, you will see links to how you can help support her content creation. The lovely Brianna. Yes, she's pretty amazing. So Jay says, I think I'll go with Snowflake. It's 41 millimeters, same size as my fossil. Don't judge me. I'm still going to college. This advice is just for the future for the rest of my... Yeah, my gosh, the Snowflake is amazing. The Snowflake is absolutely amazing. I have no doubt in my mind that it's amazing. Let's see here. Briefit Dance, can you explain the romantic situation with Craig? Ron the Shrink asking an inappropriate question. Inappropriate. Ron, no romantic situation, only good friends and teammates. There you go. So she's classy, very classy. And Ron the Shrink continuing to ask inappropriate questions. Also, Bree, if you're wondering, yes, I'm the real Ron the Shrink, the Cardinal and Watch Guru. Bree says, cool. Bree, he's kind of a little bit of a troll, so be careful. And by the way, you can show that you're the real deal, Ron, if you sign up for her $25 Patreon. If you sign up for her $25 Patreon, you can come to the front of the class pretty quickly. You serve. And if you buy her a Rolex, then you can really move to the front of the class. That's how you move to the front of the class. You serve. You may have to join her Patreon and have one-on-one Skype with Bree at Ron the Shrink. That's right. If you join at the $25 level, you can, if you join at the $25 level, you can have a chat. This is slander. I'm not a troll. I think I'm going to block Ron. What do you think? One more inappropriate comment, I'm going to block him from the channel. Okay? Because he's trying to come in here and make a little bit of trouble. So we'll block him. Cheetown, just beware, folks, that we don't discuss watches as investments or make cock-old comments on these live streams. Be a serve. Aren't you more proud of being an MD than an internet watch guru at Ron? I seriously doubt Ron is an MD. I seriously doubt that. You know, he's probably got short arms, and in his mom's basement, it's like this, right? And you can't be a medical doctor if you've got short arms. That's hard to do. The Cardinal and Watch Guru, because this is a lady influencer, LOL. Horological, okay. A tutor-loving horological god. You heard it here first. Ron, do you still have that? Okay, no dates. Okay. Let's see. Ron is not a troll. He just has strong opinions. I support at Ron the Shrink for a wrench. No, that ain't going to happen. He ain't going to get a wrench. He's about to get blocked. These men have excellent judgment. I enjoy Ron the Shrink's banter. Well, you might have to go to his channel to get it here pretty soon if I block him. Carlos, you also watch the crappy luxury channel, so your judgment is questionable, says Durr. Crappy is a good man, says Ron. At Ron the Shrink, you're not a horological god until you own a Grand Seiko. That's probably right. Crappy sucks worse than Tudor. Wow, don't block Ron, says Cheetown. Don't block, says Buserve. Don't block, says Mike. Don't block for now, says Jay. So he says maybe later. It's nice to have people around here that don't agree with everything Craig says. No, if they don't agree with everything I say, they're going to get blocked. That's how this works. Ron's the real deal, rest assured. Okay. All right. On that note, we're going to wrap this puppy up. We're going to wrap it up. Wrap this puppy up. We've been going for an hour and a half, people. An hour and a freaking half. So that means we got to wrap it up. Click subscribe and click the little bell. Click subscribe and click the little bell. and we will see you in a couple days. Steve has a show tomorrow at 5. Please show Steve some support and some respect, and we're going to complete this event. Thanks for watching, everybody.